Hello guys, welcome to another Game Over podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm also Dan.
And I'm Matt.
Today we're talking about David Brent, which is a film I've been ridiculously excited for, possibly more so than any other film this year. This is a real disappointment, slightly, to be perfectly honest.
Basically, none of us loved it, I think.
Yeah.
In fact, I dare say none of us even liked it. The thing is, it's been 15 years since The Office. Is that too long to...
It seems a bit random to bring it back at this point.
Even in universe, like, why are they documenting him again? Like, just because they did a documentary on him before doesn't mean...
Just because Ricky Gervais wants to make a film and's run out of ideas, clearly.
I feel like every film Ricky Gervais has done, between The Office and now, the Night at the Museum films, Ghost Town, all the others, I feel like those were all just sort of stops on the road to finally getting to the Brent film. Because no one really watches Ricky Gervais films for his acting or anything, because you want to see him be like, oh, for fuck's sake, that's basically all of his characters. And now we finally got the Brent film.
And it's not a Brent film.
I wanted an Office film. I wanted The Office.
But I guess he has been clear that it's not an Office film, but that's
The thing is, it is though, it's in universe.
Yeah, and it's...
In universe.
The Office extended universe.
It is an Office film. He's David Brent, he worked at Wernham Hogg, he's left this, the cameras are following around again.
For no reason.
That's what The Office was.
So, we're 15 years later, and it's not just we're 15 years later, it is that much later in the film as well. And if we remember where The Office left off briefly, which is he told a joke that was funny, he's actually not that bad of a boss, he's got like a girlfriend or something.
Yeah,
that's good, that's an ending, and fair enough if you want to continue it. But I feel like this film is sort of like The In-Betweeners 2 compared to The In-Betweeners 1, because if you look at... Because at the end of The In-Betweeners, everything's good. They got girlfriends, they're socially adjusted somewhat, and then the second one, literally...
It's a reset button, he's back to...
Everything
exactly, and David Brent, in this point, so he's later in his life, but he's exactly the same, and I feel like he's literally a crazy. He's like The Rock in Central Intelligence. Like, he's just a crazy, basically. Whether or not we like him is a different story. It's not that good of a film, because there are some bits I found funny, but there are only so many times you can do the David Brent playing to a relatively empty room thing before it's not funny anymore. Because
they do that way too many times.
It was like the whole film, and there are some good bits in there that on paper are good jokes, like David Brent and their band only doing a tour of the Reading area, and him for some reason, no, we've got to stay in a hotel because it's part of the rock and roll lifestyle. And
see, that bit I liked, and then explaining to him that my house is there. We literally had to drive further than my house to get to this place. Yeah, but it's part of the style. That I liked.
And I feel it didn't have enough focus, really, because it's mostly just we'll do this stuff. Like, how about him trying to get his music video made? Because that might even be a more focused idea. So let's say he's... Rather than spend £20,000 on this tour, this comeback tour that obviously isn't going to go well, that he knows will make him a loss even if it's successful, how about he tries to make his first music video, and that music video is Lady Gypsy? Why not do that? There are some...
The fact that there's nothing to do with Lady Gypsy in the film just shows that song is just Ricky Gervais. David Brent has nothing to do with that song. I can't help but feel that Ricky has become this kind of weird, warped embodiment of David Brent in the real world, whereby he's just trying so hard all the time to be funny, to move you, etc., and it just doesn't work. At best, it was vaguely amusing at points. I literally spent most of it going, oh god, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And it's trying so hard to be like, come on, you feel something here, don't you? Yeah. You feel something constantly.
That is exactly the end of the film.
It's just so fucking sappy.
At the end of it, you can have it.
Do you know, like, that special correspondence thing that was on Netflix, no one saw it because it was basically shit. But this film had the exact same ending as that. There's a girl in the office who fancied him all along for some reason. He never saw it. At the end, buys her a coffee. Literally the same ending.
Yeah, I thought that.
What the fuck are you doing, Gervais?
Did he write that?
Yeah. He wrote and directed it.
And the coffee was fucking free.
It was. That's a good point.
Card.
And he's just got no ideas left. He's just so sappy. He's always trying to teach you a lesson. Don't teach me a lesson. Make me laugh. Have that a little bit of tragedy from The Office. Don't depress the shit out of me.
I feel the ending whereby everybody goes, you know what, we had a good time. No, you didn't.
You didn't.
You spent the whole film telling us that you didn't have a good time.
God.
The band, who, as you've so well described it, are sort of blandly cool, so we're all sort of like, yeah, this is damaging to our credibility, but he's paying us. No. Like,
if you cared that much, you'd quit and you'd walk away.
Yeah, it's selfish and basically psychopathic on their part. Just be like, well, we're rinsing the fuck out of this mug.
When they take his money to go for a drink with him, like, Jesus, I just wanted to cry. Oh.
And then at the end, they're like, we're playing with Peter Andre now. How has that happened as a consequence of
I don't know
this?
if it was. You did actually see Peter Andre. That was funny.
Yeah.
But again, just mildly like a moment.
I mean, that's the film's a lot of moments, basically.
And no significant developing with the characters, no significant interactions or relationships. Yeah, he and what's his name, Doc Brown or whatever, I can't remember his name in real life. They had a little bit of interaction, but basically not enough to care about. Someone from the office should have been there. You know, in the office in this show, they got like a cheap poor man's Gaz or Gareth in there, where it's just a guy who finds him funny. That's it. Just put actually Mackenzie Crook in there. That'd have been more funny.
There's no way he's too busy.
No. And they just showed us these characters in his office for about 10 seconds, and at the end based the end around it, where the girl on the reception was like, don't bully him, yeah?
God, the girl on reception, right? Until about halfway through the film, didn't like him.
Yeah.
And then there's this talking head and went, I actually really like David Brent.
Why?
What do you mean? You rolled your eyes when you walked into the room and like you were supposed to be Dawn Tinsley, essentially.
That's a good, yeah. So the whole office was just a poor man's version of the actual office.
Yeah, and they were in it for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes of the 90-minute runtime. Yeah. They weren't in it enough. Because it's set after The Office, why would they just be following him around?
I don't know.
Why would the BBC pay the camera crew to follow Ricky around?
And why just David Brent as well?
Yeah,
like, if you're going to do this, because he thinks it's a Where Are They Now documentary.
No, it is a Where Are They Now documentary. He thinks it's about him.
So why is it only following him?
And that's funny, but yeah, like Where Are They Now? They don't. They don't even name drop any of the other cast.
No.
Like, not once does like Tim, Dawn, Gareth, Fat Keith. Like none of them get mentioned.
They should have shown Tim as the manager at Wernham Hog.
They should. And I thought when they were going to go through Slough that he was going to like pop into Wernham Hog.
I thought that's where he was parking up.
Yeah. I thought, he's going to go in. He's going. We're going to see what.
No,
he's not at all.
I mean, it would have been like sappy AF, but it might have been the right kind of sappy for this universe if like for the last gig or whatever, when the snow comes down. Whatever, everyone from like the office turns up and they're all older with families.
That'd have been alright.
Ricky, hire us, alright? Because clearly we're better at this.
That's if we're not busy writing the Game of Thrones prequel.
Yeah, which is going to be good.
Yeah, so,
it's just, the thing is...
you win, mate.
I just feel, I don't know if I said this earlier, if it is, we'll cut it out. I feel like some out-of-touch studio executive went, we should do a David Brent film because people like that. And like didn't consult Ricky Gervais on it, except it was definitely his idea.
Well, David Brent is Ricky Gervais himself is now an out-of-touch studio executive.
Yeah,
he's rich and famous and he clearly just doesn't get it anymore.
It's just that's a shame. You know, the whole of summer 2016 was mediocre at best.
This is the thing. Like, I don't know if this is relevant to the video, but I watch a lot of stuff online, kind of similar to us, for research and comparison and stuff. And no one is ever negative. Do you notice that? It came up most during Game of Thrones. Everyone just bums off everything that exists all the time. I swear it's only us that slag stuff off when it's bad.
I feel like it is. And the other thing is, I feel that everybody has lower standards. For instance, I'll be talking to people about this or Suicide Squad, and they say to me, and I have actually had this said to me in real life, oh yeah, Suicide Squad, I like Suicide Squad, but the story was a bit lacking. Like, no. Story is all that matters.
Is your story.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't make exceptions or caveats for its misgivings. It's not like the film was really good but the CGI was awful. If it's like a 6 out of 10, it's basically a 0. So just make a better film. There is no
6 out of 10 means it was pointless, you having made it.
Exactly. Like there was a video, I think one of our Game of Moans we did a few months ago, where I said, all I want is for these epic films, for these films that are a big deal, the ones that get a lot of advertising. Brent started advertising last year in like November or December when he's like coming soon in August. That's a good joke. And I said all I want is for these big films to be mind blowing, to be transcendent. And you guys said there's a bit much to ask. And it turns out I was right, because it's too much to ask for even for these films to be good.
I mean, I wouldn't describe the Brent movie as a
transcendent.
Can you imagine?
Okay, we are running out of time, so let's just round off with, how did the film make you feel? There's a little little bit? How you felt after it?
Sort of angry that it wasn't better. I was watching it with the girlfriend, and during all the sort of god tier cringe stuff, I was like really shaking her thigh, like I can't believe we're going through this together, and not in a good way. Not great. In fact, I was thinking about this. I think extras might have been a better option if we're going to do a Ricky Gervais universe film, basically. There is no reason for this. Having seen it, there is no reason for it to be. It's not like Dave Brent's even like a manager somewhere or something good. His life is worse. His life is worse, and at the end of it, he goes, I had a good time, which I can believe he had a good time somehow.
But that shouldn't be.
And then at the end of it,
it's a sappy message at the end.
And then at the end of it, he goes, "I'll just do it again, like 8 or 9 months."
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill himself in the universe.
Yeah.
He's the type of guy who I would flag up as a suicide risk.
I liked there was a point that one of the people in the office made in it where they're sort of talking about like the camera crew's not good for David. He plays up to it. He does this. He does these stupid things. Okay, you know what? That made me feel sorry for David.
And
not him telling it. Someone else sort of noticing that
I get you.
He's a buffoon, but he's a nice buffoon. Like,
oh god.
That made me feel for David a bit. But then when he started doing it, I think like I don't care so much now.
Your feeling about at the end of it when you walked out of the screen.
I was annoyed.
I mean that's if anything worse.
I guess one thing I'm going to make this point in my review when I've written it as well. Like, there's a point they make in The Office where he's talking to someone in the radio where he talks like, "Don't remember The Office? Nah, I don't remember it either." But you know, that's kind of it sums up this film a lot. Like 15 years, like no one cares about David Brent anymore.
That level of self-awareness is remarkably
But the point that he makes that point that no one cares about David Brent. They don't. That is the problem with the film. I don't care about him. It's been too long. It's such a long gap that they've had to almost reintroduce him again. They've changed him slightly. I don't care.
For me, when I left, I was actually upset. Not from like a fan point of view, like, oh my god, how did they do that to the film? But in the way that the content of the film in itself was just upsetting. You just saw this guy who is a tragedy. His life is shit. Everyone around him has shit lives. It shows England as a horrible place to live. It's bland and horrible. There's no verve or passion in anyone but Brent, and he's a failure because of that. I just wanted to kill myself after it, frankly.
I'll tell you what. It was the most like boner, uninspiring film I think I've ever seen. Because normally when I'm watching a film with Cat, I like just rub her thigh normally, but this time I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I feel that.
So what you're saying is David Brent is not an aphrodisiac?
No, that's what I'm saying.
You don't like this? No, it doesn't do it for you.
Just normal casual rubbing of the thigh, but this week, no.
We'll see, something like that. It's more innocent cringe, at least.
Yeah, but this is like consequential, debt-inspiring, fucking primo cringe. And I'll tell you what, though, still less cringe than Suicide Squad. Anyway, that's been our review of Brent.
We didn't like it.
No. Yeah, not a fan. But go see it if it doesn't cost you anything. We'll be back for another video soon.
It will cost you a piece of your soul to go and watch it.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Thank you.